Hey guys, Abner Miranda here. I'm going to knock out a video for you that I've been meaning to get done for quite some time. The estimates are anywhere from 8 to 10 million new firearms owners in America, and on this channel alone I have probably gotten like almost 11,000 new subscribers in the last 30 days. And I know that a lot of you are asking a lot of gun questions. With all honesty guys, it's a great opportunity for me to get subjects that I've already covered and just get them back out again and give you guys a refresh view at it. And one of them is cleaning your Glock. Let's get this done. You guys are going to appreciate just how easy this is to do. After years and years of doing all the fussy cleaning regimen, I basically said, you know what, let's do what the Glock needs, not what it is that I want to do. Alright, because I've modified my Glock, it requires a tool or the edge of a nail, but I don't like making holes in my gloves. Basically the takedown lever on either side, I've machined them down so that when my thumb is in the forward support position, I'm not tearing my thumb up. So to get this apart, I got a hole in that glove already. So to get this apart, I have to push from this side, and then Glock comes apart. Alright, like I said, you guys are going to love how simple this is to do. There's no need to detail strip the Glock. I already have a bunch of oil. I use Lucas Extreme Duty Gun Oil. There's a bunch of oil on this brush already. All I do is scrub, and also scrub the breech face. And as you're doing this, the brush is working its way underneath the extractor. Now pay very close attention to this. You want to avoid the front sight. You want to avoid getting any oil any forward of this area. And of course, every Glock, after just a few hundred rounds, has a very telltale area that tells you where that barrel has been sliding. So it's really obvious where the cleaning needs to be and where the oil needs to be. Do not put any lube forward of this position. That also includes on the slide rails. Oil, oil. I like microfiber towels because they do a really good job of eating junk off guns. What I do is I place my index finger in here and I slide the towel. That's a really grippy towel. There we go. And just slide the towel back and forth across this area. I can feel it grabbing. And that's it. It has now wiped clean the breech face. Remember guys, these are Glocks. They can take it. They can take not having a bunch of lube inside. This gun has, I don't know, maybe 300 rounds through it since the last time I cleaned it, which was about 5 range trips, I guess, something like that. Alright, and that's pretty much all you got to do there. External. At all times be aware of avoiding that front side post as much as possible. The less contact you make with your front side post, the happier you're going to be. Trust me guys, I've had sights come loose in classes and it's a nightmare when you realize you're missing shots and you're like, what the heck is going on? And then you realize, oh yeah, my sight is loose. Alright, on the receiver, press forward, and on the trigger bar, press forward on the trigger bar, resets the trigger, and it opens up the area back here for the connector. And what you want to do is you want to get the applicator inside of this area right here, and you want to put a couple of drops of oil in there. And then with forward thumb pressure here, work the trigger, and you're working the connector back here. And you're working that oil in. And then brush, brush. Basically I'm brushing this area, I'm brushing this area, I'm brushing this area, and then rail, rail. I put the slightest little smear of oil here, take my index finger and I slide it in, And actually, I've got to finish cleaning the barrel real quick. I told you guys, this is really quick. In fact, normally I'm already done, but I'm actually talking you guys through this process. These are bore snakes, old school bore snakes. I've had them for well over a decade. Do not get the Kevlar ones. I forget who the company is that makes those. These are just old school bore snakes. And my 223 one down here, I kid you not guys, that one's well over a decade old. It was quite literally when they first came out, I want to say like 09 or 2010, I don't know, but I got one at SHOT Show and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I'm pretty much done with the patches. Oil. Wipe it off. All right guys, pay attention to this. This is crucial. I want to show you something real quick. This right here, I keep this around as a teaching thing. Some of you are asking yourselves, what is he showing me? Well, I'm about to show you, so chill out. What you're looking at is a 124 grain gold dot spear. Yep, those are perfectly intact rounds. 124 grain gold dot spear. Nickel casings, primers are intact. What happened here? Well, what happened was they got exposed to casual amounts of oil over a protracted period of time. Those are fancy words for saying they were exposed to oil for a long period of time. This was the step that I was forgetting to do, and now since that, I don't forget to do this. I basically make sure that microfiber goes, hang on, let me find a corner without a tag, there we go. I shove this in there. I've got a Delrin tool from Tango Down. It's 108performance.com, and you can get these from the Tango Down website. And what I do is I ram that stuff in there, and I want to make sure that microfiber reaches down to about here so that it completely takes the place of the depth of a 9mm casing. Basically, that's about as far as the bullet goes in, so I want to make sure that microfiber cloth is all the way to here. Now watch when I pull it out. See? So I know that that microfiber made it all the way inside the barrel. Now I know that any residual oil that wasn't here is gone. That goes back in. Make sure your spring doesn't have any breaks in it, which is like darn near impossible with Glock. But you know what? I might as well be sure, right? I give it a little quick lube because I like the spring to be quiet when I rack the gun. Seat the spring. Then make sure your trigger is set to the rear, so that's forward tension on the trigger bar, and then gently pull to the rear. Never pull your trigger unless you're relieving the tension forward, because the drop safety back here on the trigger can take a chunk out of the receiver and ruin the drop safety. So forward motion with the index finger, and then the trigger finger, gently pull to the rear. Take your slide, make sure it's lined up. Always be gentle, never ever force. Boom, done. You are done cleaning. Function check. Once again, verifying it's unloaded.
Smooth as butter. Oh, that's like butter, baby.
And then I can load. Notice that there's no ammunition on the table. When you're cleaning guns, do not have any live ammo on the table, because guess what? It will end up in the gun, and then you will be the dude who cracked off a shot in the house, and you just don't want to be that guy. Alright guys, that is how you clean your Glock. You're welcome. Thank you for watching. God bless you all. Get those guns out and practice. Have a good one.